Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the Shuck, and you're very welcome back to the channel. And there's a table full of knives here because I didn't do it at the weekend. I was sort of busy with other things at the weekend, mainly doing nothing. But I enjoyed the weekend. So I was sitting here and I'm thinking, video, what am I going to do today? And after 7 years of doing this, sometimes you have to think a wee bit about what you're going to do. Sometimes you have to think a lot. Well, this morning I really just couldn't get it together until I decided to go use our knives. What knives do I genuinely go? I know we all put pictures up on Facebook and our YouTube, or not YouTube, what do you call that other one? Facebook. We put it up on Facebook. And sometimes we just put them up to have pictures up. They're not necessarily what we carry, and that's fine. It's lovely. I like to see the pictures. But what knives do I have in my collection that I am really grown to trust and love as a knife that will do most things that I'm going to do? All of these knives here, I'm going to take the fixed blades out of it, but all of these knives here will do my EDC for a day. So there's a starting point. Some are more practical for other jobs than others, but on a daily basis, all of these knives will do my EDC. So I wanted to go and pick knives that I've got in my collection that I'm most drawn to, that I'll go to first to get. Now, I'll give you my favourite size of a knife that will do my EDC. This is a boy's knife. This is a GEC boy's knife, they call it. It's an easy open one. It has a sheep's foot blade. I can get 4 fingers on it when I go up to the ricasso. It's just perfect. It's a knife that's just big enough that I can get all 4 fingers and no more, but it's perfect for an EDC. Most of the time I'm carrying it like this, or I'll cut like this. I do have them slicing away from myself, I'll be using this grip. So, but this is my perfect size. So I don't tend to go below this size for an EDC carry. So that's just the limit. That's the smallest I'll go that I will call a full EDC knife. And it's funny, let's just start there. I have 3 GECs. Now, I didn't decide to pick these in groups of what they are. I've separated them into groups because I found after I set the knives down that I got enough on the table, the knives that I genuinely go for. And some of them are only in the last week or two. This one. And I know it's going to be a worker because I'll go to it for certain jobs. And some I've had for years. I've got a Ganzo down here. Yeah, it's just one of my users. If I want to use something and I might be worried about what I'm going to do, I use the Ganzo. There's a couple missing that I would have down here. One is my permanent EDC, which is my Bexar Bear. I absolutely love, and it's normally in my little... this is my daily carry. I carry everything in here every day. It doesn't change. But my Bear is over with Mikey. I'm taking it to Blade Show with me because I wanted to take... That's what I carry all the time. So I'm just taking that to, not Blade Show, Sharp Show. And I've also sent him my Chris Reeves Sebenza 31. And I've got my Shing custom knife, slip joint. So them 3 are over with him, and them 3 would have been down here without fail because they're knives that I use constantly, and they would have been in here. So this probably wouldn't have been here because this is sort of, I know it's a really strange, but because I haven't got my Chris Reeve, I put this in because I'm comfortable with this. I've had this for years, and I just feel comfortable about what it can do and when it can do it. I know there's a huge price difference, but that's not... Price doesn't always dictate how useful and how comfortable you become with a knife. It has nothing to do with it. This is, this was, I think it was about $13, $15 or pounds when I bought it. And it's still going, 7 years later, it is still an amazing knife. So, I mean, price has nothing to do with it. And I mean, I can go from that and... Sorry, let's get back to what I was talking about. I've got 3 GECs, which were and still are my favourite collecting brand outside of the UK, because I'll have to say that now. I've got 3 Rosecraft, and this is my top 3 Rosecraft. A couple of them are just, newish patterns, but they're just there, and I know I'm going to use them because I have done consistently since they've come out. And the other ones are not bad. I still have them, and especially a knife that I get for free. A lot of the times when I get from companies, I move the knives on after I've used them, unless it's a knife that I'm going to actually carry and use. I still have a boatload of Rosecrafts because they're so flipping good. So they, again, price nothing to do with it. And then the one that I have the most of, and I didn't pick these out, they didn't come out in a little row, like these were all just thrown on the table, and then I laid them out. I have got 5 in the middle here. 3 of them are Ashley Harrison, and 2 of them are Arthur Wright. So, and I've got a Rogers there, a British knife. I have American, the Spidey Chef. I have a LT Wright. I have a Rough Rider, which I've just got a knife. It's a Rough Rider Reserve, an amazing knife. We'll talk a little bit about it. I have a Jack Wolf. I have a Victorinox that I carry. This is a custom one that Justin made for me. I have a custom pocket knife here, which we'll talk about. And there's a couple we've talked, and this is a custom fixed blade that I've just got, but I know this has already replaced a knife. And I don't have a whole lot of fixed blades, but my Mora Robust was my stand-in 4-inch fixed blade. That was it. I've used it for 15 years, never felt the need to get another one until I got Ron's. I have the Big Bark River with a convex grind, but I wanted to upgrade to a wood one. I got this one from RC Knives on Instagram, Facebook. You can check him out. He's a custom maker, but he's a part-time maker. And depending on how busy he is and what he's got in stock, he just makes knives and sells them. And honestly, this is the most comfortable fixed blade knife I have ever held in my hand. Ever. It is just absolutely stunning. Look at the thickness across the back there. And that handle. It is just perfect. I adore it. I'm going to be using this constantly now because my Mora deserves retirement. It is now in retirement. As for a working fixed blade, this is going to be mine, and you're going to see a lot of it, hopefully. So let's just talk about a few. Let's just start. Let's start with a modern one. The Spidey Chef. If you've been with my channel any amount of time, this is the second one I've had of them, and this is the last one because I'm not getting rid of it again. I've done it once, and I'm never doing it again. It was a pining I had for absolute nearly 2 years before I got another one. So this is not going anywhere. I adore this knife. And for a couple of reasons. I found the usefulness of having the LC200 in titanium when I was down the caravan in the salty conditions all the time. I would take it out down the beach and do, cutting bits of wood and a bit damp and whatever. I never had to do anything to it other than run it under a tap when I got back and let it dry off. I would have used a hairdryer just to blow off the inside because it won't rust. But I just used to clean the knife up, and I use it in the kitchen constantly. I love using this in the kitchen. Is it the sliciest kitchen knife? No, it's too thick in the spine. It's not, but it's perfect for the way I cook. I'm not a great cook. I just like using this knife in the kitchen, and to me, it's designed brilliantly as a kitchen knife. So I enjoy this. This will come out, 3, 4, 5 times a week, depending on how long I'm in the kitchen. Probably gone down to 3. What else have we got? Yes, the GECs. We'll start with the GECs. I put 3 here, and this is 3 GECs that I used constantly. I'll go to on a regular basis. This is my old-time favorite. This is my first GEC. This is a number 78 pattern with a lovely fat spear. I mean, this what made me enjoy spear points that had a bit of girth. I mean, it's nearly the same. If you can see it, it's nearly the same depth as the handle, and that's what I love in a spear point. I just think that is just the sexiest knife. This knife has been patinaed black at least twice, and then I'm starting on it again now, and I just totally adore it. It is just this is like a comfort blanket. And it's got lovely deep grooves in it. It really has just a gorgeous, gorgeous body. You can sit and stroke this, and this is I keep calling them worry stones because they are in my pocket. I'll sit and fiddle with them, or I'll take them out when I'm watching TV. I'm not allowed to open and close them because it drives my wife insane. But I just sit, and it's probably why I like a little pocket knife in my pocket, just to take it out at night time, and I'll sit and just fiddle with it. I showed you this one, a little sheep's foot, easy open. I got this one for a song. One of the members, I've been trying to get a number 15 sheep's foot for a long time, and he let this go to me. I think I put money towards to charity or something. Because it was just, it was a really amazing gift, and it has one of the, it's not the heaviest pull, but it has one of the nicest walk and talks of any of my GECs. I just adore it. And then this is the other one that I bought this year. This is the number 15. This is the TC Barlow, and this is in the sheep's foot. Can you see why I got it? I have always wanted the TC Barlow in sheep's foot, so that's what I got. I got it this year, and it's in my Carta. This was I think it's a Blade Forums. Yeah, it is. This is a Blade Forums one. I adore it. I adore it. And I mean, to me, this is like a custom knife. The TC Barlow is like a custom knife. And I put it with my Carta that Justin made me, and that too is one of my favourite carries. It really is just awesome. I love the feel of the micarta, but in this, absolutely a user, a super knife. And the three Rosecraft that we talked about, the first one I really completely fell in love with is this big baby here. And I used this for about, I don't know how many months, as my steak knife, my meat knife, anything eating wise, this knife was doing it. It has the most glorious green bone. Well, they say it's brown moss or something, I guess, or green moss, I don't know. It is just stunning. The depth in it's a big handle. It's a lovely 4-inch handle, lovely blade. This is just a working knife, and I adore it. And the walk and talk, immense. Then the next one in the line that came out is this Barlow. Oh, listen to the opening of that there knife. Honestly, if that doesn't get you, this is in a beautiful wood. Look at that. Isn't that wood gorgeous? But look at that clip blade. Look how deep the belly is here. It is just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful shape for a clip point. Really one of my favourites. You know, outside of the British Barlow, this is just absolutely lovely. And you've got the little Otter Creek, because it's the Otter Creek Barlow, a little otter paw print there on the front of the shield. But I just think this is probably one of the best Barlows to come out this year across the board. I just think it is stunning. Really, really beautiful Barlow. And the walk and talk, out of this world. Out of this world. And the last of the Rosecrafts is this little baby. I like another knife out with this is a touch bigger than the 15, the boys 15 from GEC, which is my smallest. So you can see if I put them down there, it's slightly bigger than the 15, just ever so slightly. So this, I mean, these two are ones that I throw into my tracksuit trousers when I'm running about the house, or for, you know, well, that's it. They really are just for small tasks. This is, you know, I just like these to have in a pocket. They're not too heavy. That blade on that is just, and look at the size of the blade to the handle. Isn't that perfect? That to me is a perfect spear. It's lovely. I love the depth in them. Slim little handle comes down to a lovely finish. And again, walk and talk, beautiful fit and finish, stunning. These are just exceptional knives, Rosecraft. I mean, I literally haven't had a bad one yet. I mightn't have liked some of the patterns, but very few, I'm going to add that in. But they are just outstanding. And this is another one I go for. I've had this one for a right while now, a few years. I got this on Etsy, and it's just a little Joseph Rogers penknife. Absolutely stunning. It's in buffalo horn. But look at the feathering on that side. Is that not just, oh, it's just beautiful. I wish it had been on the show side. It's not just so nice on the show side, but when you can get that, that is just stunning. I love this little knife. I love throwing this in my pocket. It takes a wicked edge. Beautiful snap, which is common with most British knives. Oh, and this I got this off Justin. He gave this to me the other night, or I traded. No, I think he just gave me this one. This is a Rough Rider Patriarch. Oh my gosh, what a knife! This is one I never had, because when he got this, and it was probably well over a year ago, when he got this, at that time I had the Easy Open in the blue denim, and I really didn't need another blue denim Rough Rider at the time, so I just let this go. But I always admired it. I thought the blade, I mean, this is like a ram's foot with a belly. It's such a fantastic utilitarian blade. It is super. I'm not sure whether Randy probably did design this one, but it is stunning. Absolutely could have done without that, but that's not going to bother me in the slightest either. But what a blade shape. That is a working knife. It's a nice, the stock isn't too thick. It comes down to a fairly good edge. Is it sort of chef type thin? No, but it'll do some work. It really is a lovely big knife. At least a 4-inch handle. At least a 4-inch handle, I would have thought. Let me just give it a quick check. You think I could remember these things from when I've done them? Geez, 4-inch. It's 4.5-inch handle. It really is. No, what I'm doing, get down to the bottom. It's actually under 4 inches. Stephen, I am definitely getting a bit blind in my old age. It is literally 4 inches, just a 4-inch handle. It is just lovely, really lovely handle. Sorry, I got carried away there. Listen to the walk and talk in that. It's just absolutely amazing. I love it. And this is now, along with these sort of more modern ones, this is right into the collection, because this is in D2 as well as the Rosecrafts. Super, super knife. Absolutely. I mean, as budget knives go, they're just perfect. They're just absolutely super. And a wee Jack Wolf I put in up here. I like this one particularly because this is the what do you call that robot? Let me just get it before I say it. I can never remember the blooming name of it. This is the Cyborg. The Cyborg. This is the mini Cyborg with the upswept blade, hand rub satin finish, S90V. This is a design that Ben designed from start to finish. This was his own design. I just think this is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning. And again, I can get 4 fingers on it when I use the Ricasso, but it is very comfortable. I love this blade. It's just sexy. The whole knife, the whole shape of it is just completely sexy. Look where you have that too. It steps down and it is just done to perfection. I love this. I love this Kieranite, which is something I didn't really think I would like, but I really, really like this. And a stunning knife. And if I know I'm going to be using my knife a lot, I will take this because it's S90V. It's heat treated well. That walk and talk is just out of this world. S90V, I mean, we don't always need S90V. In fact, in my days, it could be once a year I would genuinely need S90V. But if I need a knife that I'm going to do repetitive cutting with on a daily basis, this is the one I will take because of everything about it. It's just a gorgeous knife with a great blade steel. So, for those of you, I know I don't represent Jack Wolf anymore, but I still believe they're the best production slip joint made today in the world. They're just out of this world. Out of this world. And here's another wee fixed blade. This is my LT Wright, and this is a nice little slim blade. This sits to my left hand side and is my daily companion. I am using it for something every single day. It's beautifully done, white liners and black micarta, I think it was. Yeah, black micarta on it. Highly polished, but such a lovely, it's only a 3-finger knife, but it is so comfortable in hand. I have a bead on the back of it there. If I want to just put my wee pinky somewhere, it goes on it. But just a lovely, thin, usable knife. This is what I do my box opening with most of the time. I made this, I didn't make it. I wet formed a little slip into this. This is a David Ravelin slip, and I just wet formed this into it, and I just throw it in my pocket. If I'm going anywhere about or down to the bin room or anything like that where I'm going to slice things up, I love taking this and playing with it. It's a little joy, a little joy. So I'll talk about the Arthur Wrights and Ashley Harrison. This one, and this one are Ashley's. That was my first custom I ever got made by Ashley. I designed it and he made it. Well, I didn't design it. I told him what I wanted and I left it to him to do it. And that's what he came up with. It's one of my favourite and most used knives. It is a beast. It's got that usual Ashley Harrison strong pull, a sheep's foot to die for. It is just a workhorse, an absolute workhorse in 01 tool steel. I love everything about it. This he has put where it just fits the third finger along beautifully. Full 4 fingers, and I'm not even up on the ricasso. You know, if I sneak up, it's comfortable, even more comfortable, but just a beast of a knife with a pull and a lock that would take your fingers off. Beautifully centered. Lovely knife. Love it. This is one, again, I got this last year, I think. This is my big spay blade. Look at that. And along with a fat spear point, the spay, when it's fat, look at that. There should be more spay blades made, because this, I believe, is just a stunning knife. And it's on a trapper pattern handle. Look how big, beefy and chunky, and it's UK legal. What a fantastic beast of a knife. It's just gorgeous. I love this knife, and it gets used constantly. Love, love, love it. Lovely. It has been my steak knife, and I've took a bit of the blackness off, but it's still my... I don't force patina. It gets patina if I'm using it for steak. I was using this one for the last month or so. And then we got this one here. This is one I got for £50. He was selling them on... he had made this... This was a prototype he had made, and he hadn't done any stamping on it. There was 2 of them went up for 50 quid. And I got one of them. I just happened to be straight in there on Instagram. And again, that's the best way. If you can't wait, just go on Instagram and every day check. He puts some, every now and then he puts some up for sale. He did last week. I think there was 4 went up last week. And if you want one bad enough, you'll check every day. A couple of times a day even. Just check them. I got this one. This is just a stunner. A real one. A real favourite. It's not a big knife. This is just, you know... If I put one of Ashley's to the boy's knife, there's the boy's knife. So it is not substantially, but it's about 1/4 of an inch bigger. But a real sturdy, stocky knife. And this was in, I think it was Whiskey Barrel oak, and it's just stunning. Love this knife. Probably one of my most reached for knives is that one there. I then have an Arthur Wright. This is a clip point. This has about a 9 pull to get it open. It is stunning. Now that, to me, if you want to see a clip point, there you go. This is a clip point. I adore the Arthur Wright clip points. I just think it is stunning. This was in lovely wood as well. It's beautiful. I think this is just light rosewood, but it's just a stunning knife. Again, a 4-finger grip. Comfortable up to the ricasso. You're locked in there. It is stunning. They take a wicked edge, C70 carbon steel, and that just gets me every time. Right up the hey diddle diddle. And I mean, these are a £40 knife. And the newest one from them is this little beauty. Look at this wood. This is, I'm just going to look because I wrote it down because I can't remember. I can't get it in my head yet. It is Ekki wood, EKKI, and it's from the mahogany family. This is not marking. This is in the wood. You can see that you'll get different colours, and this is going to be replacing rosewood because rosewood's now becoming an endangered species. So this Ekki wood, I think it is absolutely fantastic, especially on the work knives that Arthur Wright are. They're just proper good work knives. And this one is called the Tackler. A beautiful knife. Look at that blade shape. A sheep's foot. But a nice rounded sheep's foot. I just like the look of this, everything about it. It's got a slight curve here on the way up, but very, very little when you're in your hand. That it's got a lovely bulbous end on it, goes in, fits your hands lovely. I adore this. Not that long, but one that I have used really quite a lot recently because I just love the feel of it. And I love the look of the wood. I just think the wood is gorgeous. You know, it really is beautiful. So that's about it. Have I got everything? I think I've touched on everything. Just my old Ganzo, but everybody knows my old Ganzo. This is just a stunning knife in 440C, G10, beautifully rounded over. More comfortable to me than a PM2. And that lovely forward choil as well. It's just a super knife. And for the price against the PM2, I have stuck with this. I've had PM2s but not kept them because I just don't find them particularly comfortable in long-term use, but you know, in long use. But there we go, that's just me, and we're all different, and that's the joy of this. Oh, I forgot my favourite. This, along with this, is a beautiful custom knife from Dean Robertson. This is the Dino pattern. Oh, it's just beautiful. This is some of the nicest jigging that you'll ever see on a knife. It is just, it's like lipstick on a stick. You just want to kiss it. It is beautiful. And with that beautiful stag in ivory, it's inset there. And what a pattern, hand rub finish. This is an expensive knife. But since I've had this knife, I actually bought this custom knife knowing that it was going to be a user. And I have used this knife as much as I've used most knives on this table. I carry and use this constantly. Do I beat on it? Not beat. I don't abuse it, but I use it for everything that I would use any knife down here on the table. Any knife on the table. And I mean that. Ganzo, Rosecraft, Arthur Wright 40-pound knife. I use this for exactly the same jobs. And I knew I would want to see it because it just looks like a full knife in the. It is a full knife in the hand. It is gorgeous. This knife gives me the fizz, and it's getting scratched up. Let's see if I can get through you there. Still fine scratches yet, but they're not really showing up. But trust me, they are. Well, you can see all around there. There's scratches all over it, but it's the most beautiful knife that I use properly. Do you know what I mean? I just love it. So there you go. That's my collection of users that I'm using up to the minute. And this is right up to date, except for my Chris Reeve and my Shing and my Bear, the Bexar Bear. Them three down there, and you've really got the knives that I'll go to the most. They're the ones I reach for. And a lot of people are going to say, well, that's an awful lot of knives. Well, yeah, I've got just under 300 knives. But I like to use daily. I'll use 2 different knives most days. Sometimes 3, because I'm retired, I'm at home a lot, so I take them out and swap them, use them every day. And that's the joy of retirement. I can just do what I want. So there you go. Thank you very much. I hope this wasn't too long. Oh, we're nearly on half an hour. Well, it's not. It's about average for me. But I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed my choice of knives. Please feel free down below to put anything you like about your knives, anything you think is outrageous in mine or you don't like. Just tell me. I'll not get upset. Just tell me. That's what we do. We chat about knives and we can't like everything. So let me know what you think in preference over some of the users I have there. And but these are genuine users, not pretend users. Genuine. So there you go now. Paddy's away. Take care. Bye-bye.